Beautiful. So everyone's on mute, which just makes it a little bit easier to navigate. But if you have any questions, any issues, if the sound's too high or too low or anything, just drop me a little message on the chat box and I can see it. Beautiful. So welcome, my darlings. It's just ticked over to the top of the hour, so we'll get started for our 45 minutes. So the theme today is the Celtic goddess, the Cailleach, and she's a beautiful one for now the weather's really turning and it starts to feel quite chilly for most of us, I think, in the northern hemisphere. And the story goes that every winter the goddess Cailleach, she sweeps this cape of snow over the land. So she sweeps the winter and the cold weather over the hills and the mountains. And it is this cape that just kind of gently subdues and settles the plants as they grow into dormancy and the animals as they go into hibernation. So it's kind of that theme of hibernation and dormancy, which is going to bring us just to some lovely restful yin yoga poses today and a very restful meditation. So with that in mind, we'll start our practice laying down on the ground. We'll just kind of have the cushion somewhere nearby. Most of what we do will be just laying down on the ground today. So we'll just kind of have anything we need in reaching distance and just help us settle on the earth a little. You can be flat on the ground, as always. You can be flat. You can have the knees soft if that's more comfortable on your low back. The arms can be anywhere that is comfortable. So it might be they're resting on the ground. It might be they're resting on your body. Whatever feels right for you. And we'll just take a little time here to settle upon the earth. You might want to close the eyes or let the gaze be soft. You settle upon the ground like freshly fallen snow. As little snowflakes come and settle upon the earth, we'll settle just as lightly and easily upon the ground. And we'll just think about slowing the breath a little, perhaps. Easeful inhales, easeful exhales. Letting the body settle and soften. And just letting the mind calm as much as we can. I know it's a very strange and stressful week for many of us. So maybe it's just that we gather up a few busy thoughts and we'll just pop them at the side of the room to come back to later. It's nice to have the winter goddess Cailleach watching over us today in our practice as well, because she is an ancient goddess. She often has that beautiful white hair to match her white clothes and the white snow that surrounds her. She's ancient enough to have seen the seasons roll, to see the years roll by. She's very wise, but also very calm. She's seen the ups and downs. She's seen the cycles of season, of moon, of energy. She knows that just as it seems that things are falling into dormancy, some things like plants are dying away, this is an opportunity to settle and rest like the trees, like the animals. But also a reminder that the light will return. We will roll into spring and summer once more. So part of our peace and connection we seek in our yoga can be just to find peace within each phase, within each season. from our restful place upon the earth, all we'll do is just gently bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor. If you're already in this pose, that's lovely. We've just got soft hips, soft knees, soles of the feet on the ground. And again, the arms can be wherever you like, some on the earth or on your body. And then from here, we're just going to let the knees fall to the right and the gaze will fall to the left. So we're coming into that little supine twist. And many of these poses you'll recognize from many of my practices that we do. And we're just going to hold them for a peaceful minute to just settle into that lovely yin, soft energy. When you're ready, we're just going to journey the knees over to the left and the gaze to the right. So we're just going to journey to the other side. Bring in any support that you like, so cushions or blankets if you wish. Take our time to get comfortable in the pose. And then you just settle and we can breathe. And then from here, what we'll do is we'll bring the knees and the gaze back up to the sky. And then from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out either side like a butterfly. Beautiful. Again, arms wherever is comfortable for you, so wide on the earth or resting on the body. Feeling the rise and fall, the rhythm with the breath underneath the hands. And the solidity of the hands, the weight and warmth of the hands upon the breath. This pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, as I love to call the reclining goddess pose, embodies that idea of settling and releasing into the earth. Enjoying that slowing down that winter invites. And sometimes the longer nights, it's just a little easier to draw inwards and to find a little peacefulness within the dark. So when you're ready, we'll gently draw the knees back together. The soles of the feet will return to the earth. So we're back in that restful pose, what we sometimes call the undoing pose, spine and hips and shoulders settled in the earth. So for this next pose, we're going to come into a very gentle supported bridge pose. Now this is where that cushion or that rolled up blanket will come in handy. So a bridge pose is where we gently lift through the hips. But what we're going to do is we're going to lift the hips and bring a cushion or a blanket, or if you have a block, you can use a block. So we're just bringing the padding just underneath the low back, the hips, the top of the bum, just that we've got that little support. And take your time here. I know this is a little bit of a fiddle, so we're just going to kind of get ourselves settled a little, and you might want to let the arms rest on the earth. And we'll just take our time here. The bridge pose itself is a lovely opener for the front of the body, but sometimes when we kind of hold the pose strong, it's quite strong in the legs, and we've got to really kind of hold on with strength, and this is just the passive version. So the hips don't have to be lifted particularly high, but we're still getting that gentle opening through the hips. And an incredibly gentle inversion. So the heart is just ever so gently lifted now above the head. We create this gentle slope down towards the ground. We're just taking easeful breaths. I'm trying not to talk too much, just so you have a little chance to find your own little place of peacefulness. So don't worry if I go quiet, it's just a chance for you to find a breath, find a moment's peace. And from this little supported bridge pose, with our hips lifted just a little by that cushion or that blanket, it just allows us to play with gravity just a little bit. So what we can do here is just gently draw the knees in. So we'll just come into a very gentle tuck, a very gentle little ball, but our hips are lifted a little higher than usual than when we're flat on the ground. And then from here, if you wish, we can extend through the legs as if we're floating the soles of the feet to the sky. And you can have a little softness in the knees if you like, and we'll just let the arms fall to the earth. So having the hips just lifted a little makes it a little easier to come into this pose we call the waterfall. As if the water was flowing from your toes and bubbling and crashing over your legs and to your heart and all the way down to your head. Beautiful. You can have any little movement here you like. So if you feel like you want to wiggle the toes or circle the feet to enjoy that feeling of having the weight off the feet, feel free to do so. You might want to have a little wiggle, whatever feels nice. It can be quite nice just to have the weight off the feet and just invert that weight. Just take a few more breaths here, just giving ourselves a chance to settle. If it starts to feel too much, you can always just come back to the little tuck if you want to, or you can have a little move about. It'll be a little different for everybody. Some of you will find this really easy, really easeful. For some of you, it might feel a little stronger. Just give yourself time. Have a wiggle, have a soften, whatever feels right for you. Again, gravity can help us a little bit here as we really soften into the knees. Take the knees wide and down as if they're coming in towards our armpits. Lovely. So just as if we were coming into happy baby, and in fact we are coming into happy baby, but you don't have to hold on to the feet here. It might be that gravity is just bringing enough of a draw to the knees, or you might want to take hold of the feet so you can really kind of draw the knees in. So I'll leave it up to you, whatever feels best. So as you shine the soles of the feet to the sky, you can take hold of the outside edges with the feet, you can take hold of the ankles, or you can just let the hands fall and just have a little hands-free happy baby. Whatever feels nice. And you might want to take a little sway side to side, or you might want to hang out in stillness. Whatever feels nice for you. We'll just take a few more breaths here. As always, remember it's going to be a little different for everybody, so you can readjust, you can take a pause, whatever feels right for you. So when you're ready, we're going to gently release the feet. We're going to hug the knees in. So we're going to come into that little tuck once more. And again, any little wiggle or intuitive movement that feels nice, you can take it. And then just slow and steady, we're going to release the soles of the feet back to the earth. So take your time just to move slowly to bring the soles of the feet back to grounding. And then from here, we're going to get rid of the cushion or the blanket under our hips. So we'll just gently lift the hips so we can slide the blanket or the cushion away. So the hips, the spine, the shoulders now settle back into the deep earth. Lovely. So from here, we're going to extend out long through the body. So we'll extend the legs long, we'll extend the arms above our head. So we're creating a beautiful long line through the body. That idea of reaching for both sides of the room at the same time, and any little flex or wiggle that you like, you can bring in as well. And then with hips and shoulders still restful in the earth, we're just going to slide our hands over to the top right corner of the mat and feet to the bottom right corner of the mat. So from above, we look like a little crescent moon. Imagine I've just come along and I've dragged your hands and feet over, maybe just an inch or two. So it's just a gentle curve. And then when you're ready, we'll just journey the crescent moon shape over to the other side. So we'll just slide the hands and the feet over to our left side or whatever's the opposite side for you. Again, that idea of the crescent moon. And then from here, we'll just come back to a long line. So we're just going to come back and have a fun little stretch out in any way that feels nice. So you might want to be a long line. You might want to spread out like a starfish. You might want to have a twist or a wiggle in a pose that you'd like to do before we settle. So give yourself a moment just to move, just to stretch. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the hands alongside the body and we're just going to take a moment to get ready for our second half of our practice, our meditation, our shavasana and relaxation time. So if you'd like to put some layers on, feel free to gather jumpers or cushions. It's a little chilly here in England. If you guys are feeling a little bit of a chill too, then definitely bring in blankies or cushions or blankets, anything that feels nice. to make sure that we feel nice and restful. Our meditation will be about 10 to 15 minutes. So we're going to be here for a little bit of time, and the more comfortable, the warmer, more restful we feel, the easier it can be just to let go. So we'll take our time, settle and relax. Beautiful. So no rush, but as we settle upon the earth, we come back to the place we started. Come back to the earth. We come back to the ground. We come back to the season of winter, of restfulness. We just allow ourselves to settle here upon the earth as if we were resting on pillows of soft snow. This is very special snow. It is warm snow. It is soft beneath us. It supports us, but it is also warm. As we allow our body to settle and relax, we sink into this soft snow. The toes and the feet and the ankles relax. The legs and the knees and the kneecaps soften. The hips and the tummy relax. And the chest and the heart easeful with those rhythms of breath and heartbeat. The shoulders and the muscles that run down the back relax and calm. Arms and elbows, wrists and hands relax. Neck and jaw soften. The little muscles of face and eyes and forehead, all the way to the very top of your head, soften and relax. Just the whole body settles upon soft snow. Just perhaps our mind's eye from our little snowy bed, we see around us more of the realm of the Cailleach. Tall trees rise around us, now bare of their autumn leaves. Maybe past them, great mountains peaked in snow surround us, sheltering us, guarding us, safe and quiet. And the sky above us is that rich, heavy cloud that you know holds more snow. Just perhaps quietly, silently, the first snowflakes fall from the clouds, dancing their way on still breezes to make their way down to you. When the first snowflake gently kisses your skin, like the snow beneath you, it is warm. It is like a little kiss of calm, of quiet, of winter rest. And the next snowflake, and the snowflake after that. You watch them dance from the clouds down to you. They gently rest upon your skin, on your arms, upon your body. And before you know it, each of the snowflakes has built up a beautiful blanket over you, insulated and warm, as well as that sense of quiet that comes with the snow as it muffles the sounds around you. In a place of quiet snowfall, of gentleness, of the world of nature at rest. Here, the goddess Cailleach watches over us, watching out for us, that we may find a little peace this winter. November comes and November goes, with the last red berries and the first white snows. The nights come early and the dawns break late, with ice on ponds and frosts by gates. The fires burn and the kettles sing, and earth sinks to rest until the spring. And so, my beautiful yogis, perhaps the next inhale is just a little longer, a little deeper than the last. Maybe you wiggle fingers and toes, or make any luxurious twist or stretch or wiggle that feels nice for you as we begin to bring our awareness back to the room and back to our day or evening. And with eyes still closed for just a little longer if you can, let's gently bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor. And we'll just roll to our comfortable side in that little yogi recovery pose. So just coming onto our edge, we'll just take a couple of breaths here. And again, with the eyes still closed if you can, let's just gently rise to an easy seat. It doesn't matter what way you're facing. You can bring the blankets with you if you like. We're just going to hold on to our little meditation for a moment more. A little meditation with pups as well if they're nearby. We'll hold them close, so cute. So we're just going to take a little moment with that calm, that peace we've nurtured and nourished in our practice. Also, a beautiful moment in this final minute or so, just to send a little love and gratitude to our bodies, our breath, our hearts and minds that have helped us journey through our yoga practice, but also through the seasons and a challenging year. It might be that we have a sense of gratitude for the solid earth beneath us, the roof above our heads. There might be gratitude for little souls nearby, loved ones. So any little gratitude that just arises for you, feel free just to notice it. And as always, a gratitude for this time to practice yoga with our friends. And just to finish our practice tonight, we're going to take a deep inhale and reach the arms all the way up to the sky, reaching high, if we're able. Lovely, reaching tall. And then we're going to bring the palms together and we're just going to exhale the hands to heart center. And from here we can gently open the eyes. And to ourselves and each other we say, Namaste, my darling. The light in me honors the light in you.